I like the improvement that Jade Cargill has been giving since she's come into AEW. She has
Right.
definitely stepped up a little bit. Still green, but stepped up a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Shafir did not do as bad,
Mm-hmm.
but this was a lackluster 30th victory.
Yeah.
I, I like some things about it, but overall, if I gotta be honest, yeah, it wasn't the worst match.
Mm-hmm.
I will say that it wasn't the worst match,
Yeah.
but for the way that they've been building this and kind of putting it off, and then to have it, I wasn't disappointed, but I wasn't overwhelmed. Your
All
thoughts?
right. This is gonna be one of those ones, man, where all right,
Go
look.
ahead, man. This is what we do it for, man. We tell it like it is.
I'm gonna say this, okay? I want to give two separate parts. So the first one is Tony Khan. I respect the respect he's put on the caliber of athlete Jade Cargill is. We talk a lot
Mm-hmm.
about representation of wrestling. We talk about a lot of female representation of wrestling. We talk a
Mm-hmm.
lot about black representation of wrestling. Um, and for that, I respect. I mean, it's no secret. We all know Jade Cargill isn't a 5-star wrestler yet, but I think we can
No.
all agree she is fucking money. All right, let's be honest. Black,
Yeah.
white, regardless, there are just certain people, and it is what it is in show business, in the entertainment business. There's just certain people based off their look alone is going to get you through the door. And now
Yeah.
eventually you're going to have to add upon that. But let's be
Roman
real.
Reigns.
Yeah, Roman Reigns, based off his look alone, Roman wasn't the best wrestler when he first came out. He was good, but he's got that look. I mean, fucking look at Roman
He
Reigns.
was barely good. He was just, I ain't gonna lie. I think them first few couple of times he was banking on the namesake, and then
Yeah,
he understood it a little better and got better.
right.
When it was his time.
Like, let's look at John Cena again. John Cena will even tell you he's not the best wrestler ever. It was a running joke, the 5 moves or 6 moves of doom. But look at him. Look at the way John Cena looked. That is a $1 million face, $1 million body, $1 million gimmick. And even then, he came up with that gimmick after damn near being fired. You get what I'm saying? So there are
Right.
just certain people who hey, look, at the end of the day, Goldberg, again, wasn't nowhere near the best wrestler, but look at the fucking guy. He's a hell of a fucking character with a hell of a fucking build. The guy's a fucking superhero. Oh, I can go on and on. Point being, Jade Cargill, a lot of people give her shit. Yeah, we know she's green as hell, right? Green as goose shit. She says she green like money. And she is money. Look at her, fucking real life walking superhero right here. Now, I gave her the praise. I will say this match went on incredibly too long. I feel like the match
Yes.
was so long, it was
Yes.
painfully obvious because she literally had to do so much to stall and kill time, which hurt me and it killed me because I feel like it really exposed exactly how green she was, but also how not great Marina Shafir is. I mean, Marina Shafir has a UFC background. Marina Shafir is a real life shoe fighting badass. And the fact that she's not the best in the wrestling sense. And then you got Jade, who's still so green. I feel like, you had two people almost at an equal level trying to lift each other up, but nobody was quite good enough to make one look better than the other. But, and then with Shafir, with her being such a legit fighter, I feel like she had to sell a lot of shit that just didn't look believable. And then with Jade being as strong and as powerful as she is, I just feel like she spent too much time flexing. Even Taz said it a lot. Taz called out a lot of spots that Jade did. Like, all right, I think she's killing too much time. She's killing too much time. She's killing too much time. Every 5 seconds, she's walking over to the baddie section. But I feel like it was just too much time and not enough to do. And,
Yeah. Yeah.
that's like you say, if this is like a 28 victory or a 29 victory, that's one thing. But you've been building this up for weeks. So for So the match itself wasn't terrible, but it's one of those things where I believe the hype definitely put too much pressure on the actual outcome, and that's what we end up getting.
Dude, yeah. So yeah, and I know, oh man, and I think that's what kind of got me about it was like we want the women to get this type of time. We want them to get it, but not all of them deserve it. It's not that they're not good enough. It's just some matches don't need to go long. Men or women, some matches don't need to go as long as they do. And this match went
this one got the Goldberg treatment.
Yeah, man. But even with the Goldberg treatment, Goldberg matches don't never go that damn long.
But
this match went way too long. Yeah. But it's very rare. Out of all 170 something people Goldberg fought, I say, man, he probably had 6 matches that went more than 5 to 15 minutes. You know, so it's like maybe that, but for the most part, for Jade, see improvement, absolutely. Continue to see improvement. Yes, but Taz called it out. We see it. A lot of people see it. I've been checking social media. A lot of people like Jade. They like, and a lot of people have been kind of like we are now. They see the improvement that she's been, because considering what she was when she first walked in the door to what she is now, people are seeing a vast improvement and they like it. But I think a lot of people have the problem with the way they, like I said, I think it's just been this last with her. You didn't know who to give her and you couldn't find nobody. And I say it again, your 30th match should have been Nyla Rose. Yeah. And that's who it should have been. It should have been Nyla Rose. I understand you wanted Nyla for Thunder Rosa, but you could have gave Thunder Rosa someone else, and you could have gave Nyla Rose to Jade Cargill for her 30th.
Thanks.
You could have did better with. I feel like you would have did better with that. Just because it's Nyla Rose, and it's like it's a match people want to see. This 30th, you made a big deal out of the 30th, and it wasn't somebody that people would have been like, oh, yeah, we need to see this. Nyla Rose, regardless to what people think of Nyla Rose, you know when, she showed up for a match, yeah, we better watch this because she may actually fucking run and win. But I think that would have been a true test for Jade. And if you were going to give Jade this type of time, it should have been with someone more of a veteran. It should have been someone that has been more around the ring. So I truly feel like, yeah, it should have been Nyla versus Jade for the 30th. You could have played off them having another rivalry later on. That's fine. Obviously, that would have been the competition between them two. Is like who else was going to go up against these two and really, really have a dominating force against them. And it's kind of these two right now in the AEW Women's Division. So that's, I agree with everything you said. I agree, everything what everyone else said. It just fell flat, man. And I hated that, but it is what it is. I like that they got the time and to do, showcase being the main event, present them the way they should be.
Yeah.
But you got to pick and choose that. Not everybody needs that. And I feel like if Nyla was there, I would have bought more into it.
With that being said, man, hey, Jade Cargill, from me to you, happy 30th victory. Much love.
For sure.
Continue to
get red velvet out your baddie section. She dry as hell. All right. That red velvet cake is dry as hell. I said it. It's dry.
Well, look, man, continue to have the desire to inspire. And the next time y'all come to Cleveland, put the franchise and 2 Code in the baddie section, man, because I just want to be surrounded. That's all. That's all. We going to be the unofficial capacity GLW business. But put your boys in the baddie section just because we want to be there to cheer our girl on.
Hold on, man. I don't know if I want to be named a baddie, man. I'm too old for a baddie. I can't be named a baddie.
No. We ain't baddies. They baddies, man.
We just going to sit behind them and do our thing. Okay, all right.
Yeah. We
Okay,
gonna
I
be
got you.
surrounded by the baddies, man. We
Okay.
the men's
All
men, you know. You know, the toe ticklers of the GOW.
I got that. No. I will not be a part of
Yeah.
it. No, sir.
Hey,
No, sir.
tickling the toes of all the baddies in the front row.
No, sir. No, sir. I'm not a toe tickler. No, sir. Not me. No. I am good. I'm going to pass on that.
Hey, give him a foot rub of doom.
Oh, shit. Hey, man, send us home, man. Send us home. We talk to people's ear off. Send us home, man.
Hey, 100. Hey, all right. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen,
Man.
thank you once
Shit,
again
man.
for tuning in to another episode of Generation
Oh,
Wrestling
shit.
Podcast. It's a 28-year-old piece of gold. He's too cold, man. We'll see y'all when we see you. Peace.